I'm going to read some information into the record, and then we're going to have a parole interview with you. At the end of that interview, you'll have an opportunity to say whatever you'd like to say to the board, and then we'll vote. Do you understand our procedure?
Yes, sir.
This is Brent J. Lewis, 520454, date of birth, December the 7th of 1983. He's a second offender. He has a parole eligibility date of March the 6th of 2023, an adjusted good time date of November the 20th of 2024, full term date of March 6th of 2038. He is currently serving a 20-year sentence on the charges of possession of cocaine, possession with intent to distribute oxycodone, possession of hydrocodone, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, obstruction of justice, and acquiring proceeds from drug offenses. Is that information all accurate, Mr. Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lewis, your case has been assigned to me, so I'll begin our interview process. How old are you, Mr. Lewis?
39.
Mr. Lewis, how long have you been in prison on these charges?
63 months.
Tell me a little bit about your criminal activity. What got you there? Why are you in prison?
Well, when I first got out the last time, I had jobs. I had like 5, 6 jobs, and all of them had let me go due to a background check. Nothing ever did on the job. And I mean, doing that, I just got lost, and I had to find a way to provide for myself. And
Okay, let's talk about the last time. When did you get out of prison the last time?
2013, November.
All right. And how long were you in prison in 2013?
8.5.
8.5 years?
Yes,
What
sir.
were you in prison for in 2013?
Manslaughter.
Tell me a little bit about that manslaughter case. What happened?
At that time, I felt that I was acting out in self-defense and trying to protect my friends and my family. And the guy, I just had pulled up into my neighbor's yard, and I was in the car, and they was doing whatever they were doing. And throughout the time, a guy came outside. I don't think I know he was waving and shooting a gun. And I felt like at that time that, you know, everyone else around was in danger, so I acted.
And did you go to trial, or did you
Yes,
plead
sir.
guilty?
I went to trial.
And the jury found you guilty of manslaughter?
I had a bench trial with the judge, and he found me guilty of manslaughter.
But the judge found you guilty of manslaughter?
Yes, sir.
While you were in prison, did you take any kind of programs or anything while you were there?
Yes, sir. I got my GED. I took every good time class that they allowed me to. I got re-entry. I didn't finish it because I got out ahead before the class was over with. And I took in a couple other classes up in there. It's been a while. I can't remember the exact names of them, though.
So tell me what happened when you got out. You couldn't get a job because they checked your background. So what did you end up doing?
I ended up falling back into the streets, selling drugs.
Do you use drugs?
I smoked marijuana.
How often would you smoke marijuana?
Well, it was on a daily basis, and then as kept going on, I kind of fell back off a little bit. I didn't smoke as much as I used to. Like, I used to smoke all day, every day, and then, the days became just right before I went to bed at night just to sleep.
So you still smoked every day, just not all day, every day.
Yes, sir.
You consider yourself to be a drug addict?
Not to the point to where I have to rob and steal for it. I just do it to relax and to keep my mind off of what had happened before.
What do you consider a drug addict?
People that'll do anything for it.
So you mean you got to be a criminal, you got to rob and steal and hurt people to be a drug addict? You don't think they're drug addicts that just do drugs to feel good?
Yeah, that's what I did it for to relax.
Well, you don't think that's a drug addict if you need it to relax?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Have you ever had any courses that would help explain to you what substance abuse is all about and how you can treat substance abuse?
Yes, sir. I just finished a class not too long ago, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
What was that class?
Risk management, substance abuse.
Tell me what you learned in risk management.
That I was in a state of denial at the time, and I really didn't fully understand of the situation that I put myself in while I was doing drugs, because I didn't feel like I had a problem, but going through the class, I seen that I really did have a problem with it.
Well, a few minutes ago, when I asked you if you were a drug addict, you said
That was,
no.
I thought you was referring to back then. I didn't know you was talking about right now.
I am talking about right now.
I understand that now, sir.
You were a drug addict back then, you're a drug addict today.
Yes, sir. But I haven't been doing anything since I've been incarcerated, though.
Oh, I understand that, and I realize you could probably do things while you've been incarcerated, but you're under pretty strict scrutiny as well.
Yes, sir.
So tell me what else you learned about, how would you stay sober if you were to get out?
Well, I have employment, like my mind has to be focused on something. So I have a job waiting on me to where I don't have to even depend on anything out in the streets. So
Well, did you ever have a job before you came to prison?
no, sir.
Never worked at all?
Well, not before I came to prison. I like I said, I had 5 jobs before I turned to selling drugs.
Okay, but you were using drugs when
Yes,
you
sir.
had your job.
Well, no, I wasn't. Not because they drug tested the job, so I never did.
So tell me how you're gonna stay sober. You're gonna get a job, okay? How's that gonna keep you sober? You say you smoke at night, so how you gonna stay sober if you get a job?
I'm not gonna smoke anymore. I don't know. I'm not gonna smoke anymore because I really don't.
Okay, let me stop you.
Okay.
You're asking me to put you back on the streets.
Yes, sir.
You smoke marijuana
Yes,
every
sir.
day, you said. You reluctantly admitted you're a drug addict, but you're gonna quit smoking marijuana because you're gonna get a job.
Well, I haven't done it in here, so I haven't had a craving to do anything up in here. It's not the jail that's stopping me, it's my own self-will.
So stop smoking marijuana, stop doing drugs is about willpower.
Yes, sir.
That's what you believe.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what other courses have you taken? What other programs have you taken while you've been in prison this time?
I took in risk management. I took I think I was in the substance abuse when I was in Winfield. I took nurturing and
Did you
parenting.
finish that?
No, I finished it here. I took it here. I just
All
did
right.
risk
Is that the
management.
risk management program you're talking about?
Yes, sir. That's the risk management substance abuse.
All right, what else did you take?
Nurturing and parenting, anger management. And I was in a couple classes in Winfield, but they shipped me. I never got the certificate from my anger management class in Winfield.
Now you're currently work release?
Yes, sir. I've been in
Where you
work.
work?
I work at Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot, and I cut grass for MCC, the landscaping.
Have you ever gone to an AA meeting?
Yes, sir. They had it here. I used to go to NAAA on Saturdays, I think it was, or Sundays. It was on a weekend. It was at 6 o'clock. I used to go every day on the weekends when I got off.
You used to go. Why don't you go anymore?
They don't have it right now.
And how long did you go for?
I went for at least 6 months.
And what'd you get out of it?
That I need to start asking for help. You can't do this on your own.
Well, you just told me it was all about willpower.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I still need help for my family.
What do you mean help from your family or help for your family? What does that mean?
Well, they willing to sit there and talk with me and make sure that my head is on right.
You have high needs for antisocial thinking, for substance abuse and mental health. Have you ever had any mental health treatment?
Like anger management or anything?
Well, have you ever been to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or anyone to do a mental health evaluation on you?
No, not in the world, I haven't.
Not in what?
Not out there in society, I haven't.
How about here? How about in prison?
Just the classes that they offer.
Have you taken any kind of medication?
No, sir.
So what would you do if you were released? Where would you work?
I have a guy willing to give me a job. He runs a construction company. His name is Gary Jones. I worked in construction for a little while with my pop, so I got a little bit of understanding.
I'm looking at your record. You lost 180 days of good time in 2021. What was that about?
Cell phones,
What about cell phones? How many times were you written up?
4.
All cell phones?
Yes, sir.
Why did you keep getting write-ups for cell phones? You knew you weren't supposed to have them, right?
Yes, sir. Just stupid
Why?
decisions I made. I don't have an excuse. It's just stupid decisions.
So tell me how you've changed now that you've been in prison from the person that you were when you came in 63 months ago.
From the time that I was released from prison, I mean, I have a major outlook on everything that goes on in my life. A lot of people that I had in my life, I don't have that no more because they're not the right type of people to be around. And when I got out of prison the first time, I didn't have what I have now, I had have some money saved up to where I don't have to try to rush into anything that will lead me back to the path that I was on before. So
What's gonna happen when you get out and things go bad? You can't get a job, the economy's going to pot, and you find yourself back in a position where things ain't going right. How are you gonna stay off of drugs?
well, like I say, my family, you know, they are gonna help me do what I need to do too.
What is it you need to do?
I need to keep my mind right. You know, like I say, when I was smoking, it wasn't like I was just doing it just to do it. You know, like I said, I went to jail for manslaughter, and that right there kind of messed up my head a little bit. And you know, like I said, I just need my people in my corner to talk to me. And
What can the staff there tell us about Mr. Lewis, if anything?
Hi, Warden Jude. The only thing I can tell you, you know, he hadn't had any problems at the work release, and he works 2 jobs. So he's been a good employer, a good employee, and a good disciplined person since he's been at our work release.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I have one question.
yes, sir.
Mr. Lewis, how much money you have in your account at work release?
I have about 7,900.
That's good. Okay, so you're not blowing it on commissary all the time.
Oh no, I'm trying to think about the future when I get out. I need for everything that I need.
Thank you.
Mr. Lewis, is there anything you'd like to say to the board before we vote?
I just want to say thank you, and I apologize to my family for going through this again, and hopefully that y'all can see that I mean everything I say from the heart, and I can honestly say I'm not coming back here if y'all let me go today.
Thank you, sir. Kind of ready to vote? Yes. Mr. Lewis, I'm very concerned about your attitude about your drug use. You're a drug addict. You describe everything as a drug addict, and I think you're still in denial. I think you need some drug treatment. I think you need to really come to grips with what your drug problem is. I think you need to learn more about 12 steps. I think you need to get back into AA. Sounds like you're doing well in work release. You've got a release date of adjusted good time date of November the 20th of 2024. You'll be getting out before long. You're earning money. You're doing well. I think you need some more work on your your sobriety plan. I think you need to look into AA, and I think you need to realize what you need to do, what your triggers are, what your tools would be to be able to stay clean. Help your family support is important, but you need to understand that you got to go to AA meetings. You got to go to AA meetings on a regular basis for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you're going to have problems. I don't think you're there yet. I support you. I hope that you continue to do well, but I hope you can get some programs while you're there as well. My vote today is to deny you, but to encourage you to try to get some more reports. You have high needs for substance abuse, mental health, and antisocial thinking. You have law enforcement opposition. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Brett,
Yes, sir.
you have expressed opposition from the DA's office and all agencies of law enforcement. But the main reason why I'm denying you this morning is that you had disciplinary issues at East Feliciana Transitional Work Program. They didn't dismiss you after the first, second, or third write-up. They dismissed you and sent you to the parish prison after your fourth disciplinary write-up in 2021. A week later, they transferred you to West Baton Rouge transition to work program. You're doing well, but I need to see a little bit more time in between the disciplinary write-ups. Didn't have 1, 2, or 3, you had 4 disciplinary write-ups in 1 year for the same thing, a cell phone. Based on those disciplinary write-ups, I deny your request.
Thank you, Mr. O'Shea. Mr. Freeman.
I concur for the same reason.
Good luck to you, Mr. Lewis.
Wake that ass